We're live, pal. Welcome to
Go for the Pin. Go for the Pin Wrestling Review Show.
With your boys, Mikey Q and
King V, aka Ember Moon Knight, aka Michelle McCool Running, aka Summer Ray Charles,
Mikey Q and King V.
King V, what's going on, homie?
give your energy and feed that vibe into the world.
Mike, you still owe me a chopped cheese.
I mean,
Hey, Mike.
Go for the Pin.
So we are live, pal. Mike, I cannot hear you. I can't hear you either, Douglas.
Because I'm not saying nothing.
Oh. Well, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and start. I am King V, aka Alundra Blazing Hip Hop and R&B. Like I said last week, that's who I am, and I'm also here with. We're gonna skip over Mike. I'm also here with.
Listen, your boy DJ Knuckles, a.k.a. Mr. Thursday Night, b.k.a. GoFundMe for Mike's laptop on record right now.
I'm
We are live.
streaming internally as well as externally, and we are here for another week, another Thursday. We are here. Chicken is delicious, and we are here to talk about another week of wrestling. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Truth is, I'm tired.
Oh boy, options are few.
Options are few, and
Listen.
we'll get there. We'll get there as we wait for Mike to come back
Mike
and be
is-
live.
What's wrong with Mike?
Mike is struggling, as we all are, all over the fucking world. So let's go ahead and get it started while we wait for Mike to come back in one piece. Oh wait, we're live, pal. Let's see if let's see. Correctly.
I can hear you.
Okay, great. Hey, bro.
All right.
Bebop.
Yeah. So I heard everything during the intro, and then nothing.
Oh my god.
And then it finished. What happened?
Well, you can't hear me?
No, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. All right. I can hear you guys. Yes, we're good.
All right. Go ahead, Mike. Do your intro, bro.
Oh, wait. So they didn't hear me doing the intro at all?
No, they did not. Nobody
wow.
did.
All right.
Nobody.
All right. Let's try this again.
Okay.
Welcome everybody to Go for the Pin, episode 154 with your boys first. I am that leg slap Professor Pal, Mikey Q, and I am joined first to my left.
I guess that's me.
Yeah.
Knuckles, a.k.a. Mr. Thursday Night. Again, the GoFundMe page for Mike's laptop is live right now. Send all of your donations to send all your donations to www.ineedaconnection.com. Okay.
And for the second time tonight, I am King V, aka Alundra Blazing Hip Hop and R&B. Like I said, I am continuing that from last week because, hey, words, substances, things of that nature. Anyway, how's everybody doing this week?
Sick, but I'm here and I'm gonna try to make the best of this evening. You know, talking to my guys, my brothers. If y'all lose me again, that's just it, you guys. It's on you guys. But I'm here for as long as humanly possible. Knuckles.
I'm good. Still adjusting to North Carolina life. I am a Tobacco Road resident now.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I was about to say something,
We're alive,
but
pal.
yeah, we're live, pal.
Pal.
But yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Ready to talk some sports entertainment. Entertain.
Entertainers. Okay. Whew, with that being said and understood, we're gonna go ahead and start with the Smacketh Down. Let's see what's happened on SmackDown.
So it was a
Child,
season premiere, right?
the
Yes,
season.
well.
I guess if that's what you want to call it, you know, Juan Don Cena. Juan Cena kicked off the show with the promo. You know, the crowd was hot and stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. With the name of the episode, The Infinite Tsukuyomi, wrestling has really drained me this week. I know, Mike Knuckles, you don't understand that. If you watch Naruto, you understand what that is. Y'all don't. I'm talking to the people.
Monty would understand that. Hey, babe. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
sister-in-law, if you understand that, I see you, you see me, we see each other. But wrestling has been draining to me, to be quite frank. Like, to be Amy Winehouse's first album, Frank, I'm exhausted. But there was a promo with John Cena, and it involved Roman Reigns and LA Knight and
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
of them people over there. That was cool. What did you guys think of it if you saw it?
I did. So John opened up the show, which also, brought out Roman, if I remember correctly, and he said basically, if you're going to open my show, this is how you do it, and things of that nature. Which like you said, brought out LA Knight. We're gonna get LA Knight and Roman Reigns. It looks like at Crown Jewel. They're pulling the trigger. As far as the LA Knight push, he's not going to beat Roman Reigns, but.
Is it truly pulling the trigger? Because, someone like me knows about pulling the trigger, and I don't think they're pulling the trigger about LNA.
I think they are. And by obviously, I don't mean putting the title on him, but giving him that world title push, like in terms of like being up there, having matches with Roman, hitting his finish on Roman, which he did at the house show last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Or excuse me, live event, pal.
Tractor beam.
Yeah, I do think that they are pulling the trigger in a sense. But is it his time to win a world title now? I don't think LA Knight will be winning any world championships anytime right now.
Not now.
In the future, yes. Right now, absolutely not. But I like the segment. What was that, B?
No, I was gonna say, what about you, Knuckles?
I'm happy for LA Knight.
Yeah.
That he's getting this push.
Yeah.
I think this match, in my opinion, is too soon.
Okay.
I would have liked to have seen this match at the Rumble. I would have liked for them to kind of, slow burn this, as King V would say. Not so much, I would like to see the classic wrestling story would be, oh, well, if you want a shot at me, then you got to go through Jimmy, and then you got to go through Solo, and then you got to go through an opponent of my choosing.
Yeah,
but we've
Ronnie,
seen
Bobby,
that.
Ricky, Mike.
Go through a 2-on-1 handicap.
But Knuckles, we've seen that over and over and over again. I think we've seen the whole you got to go through this person and then this person and this person, like basically stacking the deck against the babyface in order to get to that supervillain Roman Reigns. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a story that's worked time and time again, but I do like that they're not waiting on this right now, because I'll say this, right? Even if they didn't wait, if you do Roman Reigns versus LA Knight, I don't know, at let's say Royal Rumble, like you guys said, which I think they want LA Knight in the Rumble, so that's why he's not facing Roman Reigns at the Rumble. At least not right now. We don't know what's gonna happen, but Rumble's still 3 months away, so
Yeah.
we don't know what's gonna happen. But I think that's why they're doing the match now, so that it leaves the opportunity for LA Knight to get in the Rumble and possibly win the Rumble. And plus, they need a big night. You want to strike the iron while it's hot, right? So it's like LA Knight is hot right now. Put him in that big match with Roman Reigns. Does it now?
A crown jewel, though.
It's one of the
Blood
biggest.
Money?
No, it's one of the biggest shows. Whether you guys, the people that's watching this wants to admit it or not, they put a lot of an investment into these crown jewel shows. They do. They it's almost like WrestleMania to them.
Yeah. Yay, funding genocide. Yeah,
I hear you.
I said what I said. So before we continue, we do have a couple of questions from John here. Great name this week. So Shane and Kane are insane. Have you all gotten an autograph from your favorite WWE superstar or not yet? I'm just gonna let you know. I'm gonna go first to get it out the way. If I ever met Bret Hart, I will be screaming and crying. So I have not as of yet.
I have from one of my favorites. I got Kurt Angle.
Me and you both. So yeah, Kurt Angle. It was at a TNA in like 2008, if I remember correctly. I got AJ also. I got AJ Styles. I have. I'm trying to think. Bro, it's a lot. You know what it is?
Oh,
I
forgot. I do have funny story. Well, go ahead, Mike. I'll double back on mine when you finish.
No, I was just gonna say I'm not big of an autograph person. Like I'm not a big, hey, can you sign my whatever? Can you sign my gimmick? I'm not one of I'm not big on that. But
I don't know about that.
I'm more of a picture guy, right? Like I'll ask for a picture with somebody, but now I'll say this: now being as close as we are, I don't know. It's something about asking for a picture now. For me, it just I'm gonna use that N word. Like it kind of makes you seem kind of like a mark. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, and you don't want that like stigma to you. But all right. If there's somebody I really wanted to meet or like am a huge fan of, I would ask them for the picture before the autograph. Like there's a bunch of people. Like as I got older, I stopped asking for autographs and I asked for like a picture. Like Kevin Owens is big for me. I've been watching Kevin's career almost since it started. So Kevin Owens was big for me. Getting a picture with him. Kofi Kingston was amazing to me to get a picture with Kofi and. And that just happened at a random junior. We was at juniors in Brooklyn. It was when they was in Brooklyn, or whatever. And it was cool. Just Kofi complimented my sneakers, which was nice. You know what I'm saying? Like Kofi was really cool. He's probably one of the best people that I've ever met.
And Charlie
was really nice too.
Shouts to Kofi for creating, I believe, a library, if I'm not mistaken, in Ghana.
He did.
In his home country of Ghana. I wish you guys would focus on that besides backstage drama, but we're not wrestling journalists anyway. Brett, for me, I don't know, I would probably I said this in a group chat. Y'all would have to sedate me if I ever met Brett.
Oh my God.
For those that know me and know me well, Brett is my favorite wrestler of all time. Very first wrestling match that I've watched, him and Owen, WrestleMania 10. Me, my great grandfather, God rest his soul. A thing of vanilla ice cream and vanilla wafers. You would have to sedate me if I ever got a chance to talk to Brett. So I would mark. And I would not be shamed about it. I would mark. That's how much Brett means to me. But I personally have not yet. I did get an autograph from Stone Cold.
That's super, bro. That is awesome.
That is
I
crazy.
did get that, and I love Stone Cold. And this is, but for me, if there was anybody that I would like, I guess outright ask, it would be Brett,
And I
followed by
definitely get that.
Jacqueline, then D'Lo. And the only other person that I would ask is no longer here. Well, two of them are no longer here, and that's Eddie and China. So, yeah, that would be for me. And there's one more question that John asked, and this is actually a good one. So we talked about LA Knight. Do you think that LA Knight will ever reach the greatness that Stone Cold and The Rock had?
No, I don't think anybody will.
So I'm gonna disagree.
Oh wow!
I don't see it.
I'm gonna disagree. I think now we also have to take into consideration the time frame that we're in. You know, back in the 90s, not everybody was as accessible as they are now when it comes to social media and other ventures. I think when it comes to this current generation and this current iteration of wrestling fan, not taking away from LA Knight and not even discrediting everything that The Rock, Dwayne, and Stone Cold have put in for the business, I think for this particular section, I would say yes. And the only reason why I would say yes is that we're in a different time. We're in a different space. We are in a different era of social media. Social media I wouldn't say it wasn't that popping then. There was like AOL chat rooms and Black Planet and Simon, whatever you want to talk about. BGC.
Moving on.
Don't look that up. But BGC, don't look that up. But I think that when it comes to this particular generation, I would say LA Knight is the closest thing that we would have to a Rock or Austin, considering the type of environment that we're in right now. So I'm actually gonna say yes.
Well, since the question's up there, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna disagree for the same reason that you agree. Look at the generation we're in. Back in the 90s, let's say mid 90s to late 90s, when Stone Cold and The Rock were on our television screens all the time, the level of investment, true investment into a character was completely different because there was no internet, there was no Facebook, no Instagram, no X, there was no Snap, there was nothing like
Twitter. That's what that is.
There was no Twitter. There was nothing like that back then. So you had to literally be 100% invested. That investment level is not what we have in fans right now because this generation is a microwave generation. We want it now. And as soon as the next big thing comes around, people will not remember who LA Knight is.
Yeah,
that's just the way fans are now. As soon as something more flashy comes along in LA Knight, they're gonna look that way, while LA Knight is over here. He might still be popular, but he ain't gonna get the same pops he's getting now.
You know what? I'm gonna agree with Knuckles to a certain extent. I think because you brought up a great point. LA Knight is hot now, right?
Yeah.
What happens is once fans, because they're fickle, right? And it has nothing to do with LA Knight. It's the fact that the fans are fickle. As soon as LA Knight gets to that level, let him win a world title. They are going to turn on him so quickly. You know what I'm saying? Just because that's just how fans are. Now, if he's able to get through that and still be him and be successful, then great. But I think that fans want it until they get it. And then once they get it, it's like, all right, what's next? They're just waiting for you to lose. it is what it is. It's just how it is. It's how the business is. This is not the Attitude Era where, you know, Rock and Austin was hot for years. It's not even the Cena era where even Cena had to go through it. Now he's universally loved. But Cena went through, 15 years of being booed out of every building he went to?
You're right.
You know, I mean, remember with Cena, he didn't start off getting booed every time. Like, people actually liked the rapper gimmick, and then that got him over. He became world champion. They didn't start turning on him until it was like, all right, he beat Triple H. Now he beat Shawn Michaels. He beat Chris Jericho. You know, the list goes on and on and on. And then that whole Super Cena came to, you know, fruition where, all right, he would get beat up the whole match, and then Super Cena come back.
You know, the 5 moves of doom. Yeah.
When he stopped roasting people, that's when they started to turn. When he was roasting people on the mic, they were eating it. They were eating it alive. They were eating it up.
Yeah. But
as soon as he stopped rapping.
Yeah. But great question, John.
Well, funny enough, since we're on the subject of John Cena, John asked one more question. Not to be ironic here. Do you think John Cena reached the greatest that Austin and Rock had, or he didn't either? So this is I'll go first with this because this is kind of unfair to John Cena. Because I used to be one of those John Cena haters. Not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I love John Cena. No, there was a long time where I didn't. And Mike can attest to that. The greatness that Austin and Rock had, I wouldn't say he's on that level. So if let's say that Austin and Rock are level 1, right? I'm gonna say Cena's level 2. And the only reason why I say that is because, like I said, coming up in a different environment and going into new things and new environments and social media and stuff like that, there's a huge difference between what we had when Austin and Rock were on top, then when Triple H was on top, then when John Cena was on top, and now with Roman Reigns being on top. Excuse me. It's different because we have different forms of social media and a quick, as Beyonce would say, a quick single. So you want, this now, want it now, you want to hear, want it there. And like Mike said previously, wrestling fans are fickle. So, you would say we love John Cena, or, like Mike said earlier, people like John Cena until John Cena was on top. And then people started hating John Cena. People started hating John Cena, and then he goes away. And John Cena comes back and is like, oh my God, we love him again. So it's like one of those things where wrestling fans are petty. Yes, that's absolutely true. Wrestling fans are exactly petty. And I wouldn't say they don't know what they want, but they expect things to happen. Yeah, I would say they don't know what they want, but they expect everything to happen right here and now instead of letting it build.
Yeah.
Which is, when we talk about LA Knight, people want him to win a world title now. No, yet, 9. But absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because they will turn on him like this.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we build to an eventual wrong form of words, V, English, an eventual LA Knight win, if he does get a chance to win a world title. If we do it right now, the fans are going to easily turn on him. But if we get like maybe not like a slow burn, but if we get like a burn, just, hey, maybe Intercontinental title or a Money in the Bank, Money in the Bank match, stuff like that. If we build it towards him getting to the top, because let's be real, Roman Reigns is not going to be there forever. He wants to be with his family, and he's still dealing with his health issues, and you don't know how that may affect him in the ring. I don't have what he has, so I can't sit here and say, "Oh, he could do this, he could do that." I'm not going to speak. That's not my place. But you don't know what is going to happen in the future, so you need to build these stars moving forward. So when Roman Waynes, who am I, Elmer Fudd? Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns moves on from wrestling or goes to Hollywood and stuff like that. Wascally Wabbit.
I'm hunting Wayne.
I'm hunting Waynes. But when he officially moves on from wrestling and wants to do other ventures and stuff like that, you're gonna have to build the future. And right now, truthfully, LA Knight is the next best thing when it comes to stars outside of the bloodline, outside of the Judgment Day. We're gonna need someone. We're gonna need an LA Knight. We need an LA Knight in wrestling. Like we need a Judgment Day. Let me rephrase that. Like we need a Rhea Ripley. We're gonna need different people to fill different roles when those who are currently in power or on top eventually retire or leave or do something else. So they're going to need to build those new stars. And rushing LA Knight to a title match or rushing LA Knight to a title win, I think it would be detrimental for the future. And that's just me.
What was it detrimental for Bryan Danielson when they had him win at SummerSlam and then took it right off of him the same night and then had him build back towards that big WrestleMania win?
Great question. Yeah. That's a fantastic question.
If anything, before you answer that, if anything, it made the fans more sentimental to Bryan. And they forced WWE to change the main event of WrestleMania 30 and put the world title on Bryan Danielson. But I am curious as to what you want.
No, that's a great question. See, when it comes to Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, whoever you want to call him, for this week, this day, this hour, I think for him in particular, striking while the iron was hot, it was the best case scenario for him. Because let's be real, that dirty, horny sex man was not gonna do anything further with Bryan Danielson if they wouldn't have done that then. That creep with that weird mustache and that horrible dye job.
All right,
did not have.
All right.
Wow, lazy. Like he wouldn't. He, if you understand that reference, 10 points for you. But I don't think it's different when it comes to Bryan Danielson. And the only reason why I say that is because, one, wrestling fans, yes, are in fact fickle. It was the beginning of the social media era of wrestling. You also have to take into consideration that try not to make it this a size thing, right? Vince likes big beady men slapping meat, right? And you can take that how you want to. LA Knight is bigger. LA Knight is bigger than Bryan Danielson. So LA Knight would have been at it. I don't give a fuck. LA Knight would have been at a little bit of an advantage because Bryan Danielson is just as tall as I am. If anything, I believe me and him weigh the same. We just carry it differently. So it's just that, I get it. Oh, then never mind. He's 2 inches taller than I am, but we weigh the same. We just carry it differently. But it's a little bit different only because this was like the beginning of the social media wrestling era. But we do have a couple of questions. But what did you want to say now?
I want John to uh I need John to clear something up for me. When you say, "Oh, can you put it back up there really
Oh,
quick?"
I'm sorry. I'm bad.
Oh, that's you good. So, do you think John Cena reached the greatness that Austin and Rock had, or he didn't either? Are we talking about in-ring greatness, or are we talking about overall greatness? Because if we're talking about overall greatness, I think John surpassed both of them. In-ring greatness, not a chance.
Mm.
The reason
Mm.
why, the
I'm
reason
gonna
why
disagree to a degree.
the reason why I say overall
Mm.
is because, of course, Austin and Rock, they are cult gods in the world of professional wrestling. They are the standard bearer. But as much as John Cena might have been lacking in ring five moves of doom, the man is the greatest make a wish granter in the history of the charity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The man is, and that in that stands that could stand by itself.
yeah.
So
Being like all of that stuff. Now, if we're talking about in ring greatness, 16-time world champ, you've tied the record. Yes, yes, yes. But it was John Cena really kind of held down WWE for years.
he
When
did. You're
Austin
right.
and he held it down by himself as a champion. When Austin and
I
Rock
wouldn't say by himself, but I hear what you're
when
saying.
but think when Austin and Rock were in their heyday, those titles were changing hands, not like hot potato,
No,
but
it was
they
hot
were
potato.
changing
Yeah, yeah,
between Austin, Rock, Kurt Angle, Triple H.
yeah.
There are
Take your pick. Yeah,
Undertaker.
yeah.
So
Not Booker T.
there were people. There were
Even though he should have.
there were those two, and then they made three or four others that were holding that title in that era. Chris Jericho held it, even though Chris Jericho beat both of them in the same night.
Yeah.
And he
Yep.
So
bragged about it for 20
yeah,
years.
and Bad about it to this day. But when John Cena was champion, the title changed hands what, four, maybe five times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. So that's
So,
that's why I say
So
he hadn't beat them in ring yet.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do two additional questions, and then we're gonna move forward with SmackDown just to keep the show moving.
okay.
I can't with Ray. Ray said, "I said give me a world title, not before me." But
I'm telling you,
John also
now.
asked, "So then, no WWE superstar now and in the future will ever reach Austin and Rock greatness?" Now,
We keep using
I'll,
greatness.
yeah,
I
Right.
think he means
Greatness
star
is
level. I
the
think he
star
means like,
level.
yeah. I think that's what he means because greatness, that's subjective. I mean, there's
It
other
is
wrestlers that's
subjective.
better than Austin and Rock ever were in the ring, But in terms of like level of success, Knuckles brought up a great point about John Cena. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
but to be fair, John had a 21-year plus career
Mm-hmm.
versus Austin and Rock, where if you look at it,
It was like
Austin would
7 years,
tell you
seven, 10 years.
Austin had 15 years in the business, but if you really look at it, like on top, or 13 years, I think actually 13 years Austin was in the business. So
Yeah,
Austin had 13 years in the business, only like because we really look at the Austin era from like 97. Some people say 96 from King of the Ring, but like 97
to like
until
2001,
2003. He only
2003.
had really 6 years, at that Austin level that we all know and love. Yeah, he was the
I
top
have a
merch seller.
question. I have a question when you're finished. I'm sorry, Mike.
Okay.
I have a
No,
question when you're.
I'm gonna make it quick. He was the top merch seller when he was there until a guy named John Cena came along, and John Cena surpassed Stone Cold Steve Austin in merchandise sales. Austin 316, the original shirt that just said Austin 316 on it, is still, I think, one of the highest selling shirts of all time
Mhm.
until John Cena came along. It still is, but John Cena surpassed that. So that's all I wanted to point out, that John had 21 years versus Austin at 6 and Rock at like 6.
So
bright yellow shirt, and his bright purple shirt, and his bright green shirt. Looking like a
to
big
be
fat pole, a fruity pebble.
to be, I
Please,
can't.
brother.
to be fair, right? Let's say I'm just gonna play devil's advocate. Even though the devil doesn't need any more advocates, I'm moving left and right along. Even though the devil doesn't need any more advocates, let me play devil's advocate. Let's say Austin does not get sidelined from that injury, that unfortunate injury with Owen Hart, right? That took years off his career. Would you be saying, look, niggas. Would we be saying the same thing if Stone Cold's career did not get sidelined because of that injury?
I mean, yeah, it makes me see. What, you have your promo written on your arm, just like The Rock did?
Yeah, hold on, wait a minute. No, we would not be having this discussion. Bad
It's an error,
handwriting.
right? Yeah.
Bad handwriting. Sorry.
Typo. Typo.
No, we would not be having this discussion because if Austin would have had that missing time, if he would have had that at 100% in his prime, nobody would even be tipping the scale on an Austin level at all. I don't see it at all. And honestly, if we could be honest,
Be serious for a minute.
Yeah, if we could be serious for a minute, that neck injury really kind of vaulted his career.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It showed his career by maybe at least a decade.
And it changed his wrestling style.
Absolutely. So it's kind of like a blessing in disguise. So if he would not have gotten hurt, would we be having this discussion? Is that the question you're asking? If he did not get hurt, would
that is my
the
question.
megastar that he was? Right, you're saying if he did not get hurt, would he have been like these?
No.
With the
Let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that. If he wouldn't have gotten hurt, would he be, let's say, bigger than that racist piece of shit Hulk Hogan?
And in a lot of people's eyes, he is. Even after the injury.
I think he's better than Hogan.
I think he's bigger than Hogan.
I think a lot of people are better than Hogan.
But I think he's bigger than Hogan.
I agree.
So I mean, even with just having 6 years on top,
okay. I'm kind of.
And then we got to get to SmackDown, but yeah.
Okay.
I'm
kind of confused. So you're saying you're asking if he didn't get hurt, would he have been the megastar that he was? Is that what you're saying?
No. So my question is, if he wouldn't have gotten hurt, right? Let's say Stone Cold is as big as he is, as we know him now. Would he have surpassed even, Hulk Hogan in his Mayday, and even Bruno Sammartino in his heyday?
Yeah.
Would he have surpassed those two people?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. That was my question. Now, I should have worked that a little bit differently, but
Hogan was more aimed toward the 3 to 12 generation, and I'm talking about ages. He was more for the kids.
Yeah.
Austin was for everybody.
Yes.
Whether you were 3, 12, 23, 33, 53, it didn't matter. 83, damn right. It didn't matter. Austin was for everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair. Yeah. I'm just gonna put Bonji's comment up here, which is making me laugh here. Bonji says, "Wait, two things are off. Knuckles is in the car, and Mike isn't in the studio. Pigs must be flying. The NYPD is in the air right now. So is the LAPD. So is Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department. The pigs are in the air. But moving left and right along, I don't give a single solid liquid gas or plasma fuck. I said what the fuck I said. Now, moving left and right along.
Don't shoot me in the street. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna do that anyway because you black. But anyway.
Well, yeah, good point. All right.
Moving back up to SmackDown, we're gonna get taken off the air. Let's see. John Cena. I'm trying to see the Brawling Brutes versus Yes Boy. Pretty Deadly.
Yes, boy.
Pretty Deadly got the win after a very good match. Great to see Pretty Deadly back. We've dragged them on the show before, but
They won me over.
I enjoy them. Well,
Yeah.
let me rephrase that. Mike has dragged them on the show before.
I have.
And they are
Yeah.
pretty good. They're fun characters.
They
They're
are.
really good in the ring, and
Yeah.
you can't hate them. If you have anything to highlight, Knuckles, Mike.
No. Good to see them back. I'm glad. Pretty done.
All right, we have next Zelina Vega versus Bailey. Great match. You know who won? Who got the win? Bailey won.
Yeah.
Because the girls decided they were going to continue fighting, and yeah, next.
Okay, keep going.
Triple H had a big announcement, of course, with Adam Pearce being the general manager of Raw. He announced that there needed to be somebody for SmackDown, and he announced that Nick Aldis, Mr. Mickey James, is going to be the new. Let me stop playing. Nick Aldis is a fantastic wrestler.
He is. He's a great wrestler in his own right.
He's a great talent. Great talent. He just so happens to be married to Mickey James. But
he didn't lose.
Great segment
to Nick Aldis.
Yes, he is. He'll be taking over SmackDown. That's great. Great segment. Pretty good. Does anybody have anything to say about it?
It was a little weird though how they introduced him. He was just out there, and it's like, oh, Nick Aldis, which and also introducing him in Tulsa. I don't think most of the fans even knew who he was. You gotta remember,
that's no shade to Tulsa, Oklahoma, because the Black Wall Street, but
no shade to Tulsa. I
wouldn't have done it in Tulsa. I wouldn't have done it in Tulsa.
Yeah, I think if you would have had a different town, a Chicago, a New York, a Philly, someplace where there's more hardcore fans versus, casual fans, I think he would have got a bigger reaction. Like they just, he kind of came out there, all right, who's this guy?
It's like, oh, okay, great, yay! Like that's really how the people reacted. But Knuckles.
And I mean, I think the people reacted the way they did because this was already in the news. This wasn't a shock. Like we knew this was going to happen. I heard about it the week before last Monday. That Nick Aldis
I try to stay off the internet, so I didn't really. I didn't hear anything.
I heard about it. Like, of course, you guys know I'm a what culture fanatic. So they reported this last Thursday that Nick Aldis was possibly going to come on. Do I like it? Yes, because we're seeming to forget that this man is not retired from in-ring action.
Right. No,
I still wrestle.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that they are putting someone who can actually fight in a authoritative role on a show that has been dominated basically by the bloodline.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
so
I mean, and it's not to say that Adam Pearce couldn't wrestle anymore. Just he didn't.
I thought he couldn't. I thought he had a career-ending injury, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Please, somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
You got to remember, he took F5s from Brock Lesnar.
True. You're right.
He still got in the ring, like he still was taking bumps. So if he could not wrestle at all, they would not have him doing that. And that was the same thing I said with Edge before Edge officially unretired. Remember they did the spear at that SummerSlam with Edge, and I'm like, oh, he's got to be cleared. He's got to be cleared to wrestle. Yeah. Like, because they're not going to have him do that. Was it Corbin that he speared? It was somebody, I can't remember who he speared, but
I believe it was Corbin. You might be right, Mike.
It was either Corbin or Dolph, but yeah, he got a spear off in like the pre-show, and everybody's like, oh, Edge hit a spear. And I'm like, well, he's got to be cleared. So, because WWE is very strict about that. That's why Saraya and other people had to go and leave, because they're very strict about if you have some type of injury, they are very careful about that. So I don't think they would have Adam Pearce do anything physical if he wasn't cleared, but they probably didn't want him in a wrestling capacity. And it may be the same thing with Nick Aldis. They might have signed him not to wrestle, but he is somebody that would be able to defend himself if somebody was messing with him. So
Okay.
I can understand that. Yeah.
Anything, Knuckles?
No? Oh.
Thanks for speaking for me, Mike. I appreciate it.
I didn't know you was asking Knuckles.
Hey, man, you treating me like Beyonce. Everybody on mute. All right, appreciate it.
Look around, everybody on mute.
Woo! Shut up.
Wow.
Oh, Steve, I would have punched you right in your fucking face if you would did that to Charlotte. Anyway.
I thought we had it. Had to be Knuckles.
Bro, just me and my crew, big and anyway. Anything else, Knuckles?
Are we talking about SmackDown? Are we talking about SmackDown overall, or just the Nick Aldis?
Not yet. We got a couple of more things for SmackDown, and then we can move left and right along.
I do like how Nick Aldis said, "Oh, Dominic, man, I'm a big fan of your father."
Of your father. That
shit did make me laugh. I laughed hard.
And Dom was like,
great timing and all that.
It was great timing.
It was.
So if we don't have anything else, next we have Codith Rhodes and Jey Uso versus Grayson Waller and someone that shouldn't be around people under the age of 18.
Well, hold on. We forgot to mention who was the person with the Jey Uso trade.
Oh, so Kevin Owens.
Oh, Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is now on SmackDown.
Some people felt that was a disappointment.
Yeah, much for that personally. I was just like, oh, okay. All right. And that's really how I felt.
What'd you say, Mike? Some people did what?
Some people thought it was a disappointment.
I can agree.
Yeah.
I don't know why they would split Kevin and Sammy up at this point.
Yeah.
There could have been something like one more thing in that team, but
I guess to put Sammy in the main event spot, truthfully.
For what? Him to lose?
Seth needs more. Look, Seth needs more challengers.
For him to lose again?
Seth needs to go and take a break.
Yeah, get that back work done. But yeah, we have Codith and Jay versus Grayson Waller.
Codith.
Grayson Waller and Grayson Waller 0.5. Yeah, that was a tag match that happened. I didn't truly care about this.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. No. But Rhodes and Uso defeated Waller and Waller 0.5 to retain the titles.
Pretty much, yeah.
Anything?
No.
You okay, Knuckles?
0.5 is great.
0.5, and that's me being nice. All right, let's move left and right along. Let's see what else happened. There was another situation where Nick Aldis was with Charlotte Flair, and there was Jade Cargill looking. Ooh. Now behold the land.
And just
looking great.
Just the it's my pleasure from Jade, and then Charlotte said, "Oh, it will be." Oh,
that was great. Honestly, I like this whole. We don't know where exactly specifically Jade is going.
Yeah.
I'm cool
she's been eyeing that NXT title.
She has, but we'll get there. But it was great. I like how Triple H kind of dropped down and got not dropped down and got his eagle, but he kind of lowered himself a little bit to make him
look larger than life. Yes,
to the awful show. to make both of them look like stars. So I'm glad that they're rolling out the red carpet or maybe the white carpet for Jade Cargill, making her looking like a star. As she should. Doing something that no, don't do it. Doing something that someone else that should have been doing when she was in that other company. But moving left and right along. What you got?
I told you I'm sorry.
Charlotte saying when Triple H is like, "Oh, Charlotte, this is, and Charlotte cutting Triple H off saying, Jade. Yeah, I know who you are. I love that. But yeah, good.
You got anything for that, Knuckles?
Well, I need to see more edge from the Jade character.
Say again?
I need to see a little bit more edginess. Like, she's being tame.
If I could be frank, like completely Frank Sinatra,
really, really tame right now.
But she just
she kind of has to. She just got there.
She's got there.
That, and she can't do what she did on AEW because AEW is like a cacophony of foolishness. So
Cacophony is crazy.
a cacophony of foolishness. So we can't expect that from Jade Cargill. We can't.
So this is a
we
PG
can't
show.
get a cut the shit. We're not gonna get cut the shit.
I know we're not gonna get cut the shit.
We might get that bitch though. We might get that bitch, but we're not getting cut the shit. We're not getting that.
No, they can't.
I still need her to say more.
You will.
Like,
it'll happen. She just got there, bro.
I understand. I understand this is what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what this is planting seeds. I understand what we're doing. But and I like how they, and we'll get to it later. I like what they did at the end of NXT. I like that. And we'll get to it. I just like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just so used to what I'm seeing from Jade and AEW.
Exactly. I think
and I'm used to her being
that's fair.
I think you got to get that out of your mind. This is you got to understand that WWE is treating Jade like nobody has seen her before, right? That you have to.
But that's impossible.
No, it's not. There are a lot of people that have not seen Jade Cargill before. They've never seen it. They may have heard of her, but they've never seen any of her work. Because let's be fair, a lot of people don't watch AEW.
No.
So, especially the WWE audience. So I like that WWE is treating her like, yeah, the talent they know who she is. But to anybody that doesn't know who she is, they're slowly intertwining her with different stories and different people. So that the WWE audience now can learn who Jade Cargill is. Because I'm telling you, there's a bunch of people that don't know who Jade is. But they're learning.
I don't know if I can interrupt Mike. I don't know because she's been getting pops like on the main. Now I'm not talking about NXT. I'm talking about main shows.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not saying nobody knows who she is. I'm saying that the majority of I'm not gonna say the majority. I would say it's like a 50-50 thing. I think that I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna say it's like a 50-50 thing. I think that there are a lot of people that know who she is, and there are some people that only watch WWE stuff and they don't know who she is. So they're getting familiar. Okay, who's this Jade Cargill girl that they keep mentioning? Like, okay, what is she about? All right. Okay, she's doing all of these appearances with different superstars. Okay, when is she gonna do something? It's gonna be a big moment when she actually does something, either in the ring or says something on a promo or any of that. And I think it could happen really, really soon. Like really soon. Maybe as early as next week. But I'll get there.
So to everybody in the comments right now, let's get through SmackDown and then we're gonna address your questions. I just want to get through SmackDown completely, so we can go ahead and rate it. Next we had LA Cargill. Wow. LA Knight versus Solo Sikoa. LA Knight gets the win.
Yeah.
Great match. Solo's really good. I keep forgetting that's Rikishi's son, and I keep forgetting that he looks just like him, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
But it was a great match. I don't have anything bad to say about it. I think that was the main event, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it was the main event. Sorry.
Yeah.
So it was a great main event. There was tomfoolery afoot and stuff like that, but otherwise, LNA can wrestle. LNA can go. Solo can go. It was just a great a great main event to close out the show. What about you, Mike? What do you think?
Yeah, I thought it was solid. Good win for LA Knight.
Come back, Knuckles.
Good win for LA Knight. To build some momentum, or as my girl would say, momentum. But yeah, love you.
Now, why you gonna do
great.
my sister like that? Why you gonna do her like that?
No,
Momentum is
she
great.
would correct you on the show. No, it's not. It's not momentum. It's momentum. I'm like, all right, if that's what you believe, then we're gonna.
Let me look at Let me
She got it
GLE.
from. I'll send you the clip of where she got it from. She knows what it actually is, but like I was
about to say,
she knows what it actually is.
Don't do her.
Yeah. No, I had to make that clear because people out there are.
Momentum is John Witherspoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, you know what? If he wouldn't have said anything, mew.
Yeah. LA Knight takes his momentum into Crown Jewel. So love it.
That's a great word.
2 count for me. That's
Okay, we got a 2 count from Mike. If I could find the 2 count. Hey girl. All right. So we're gonna keep that up there for me. What about you, Knuckles?
It's the same for me. I mean, I think
All right.
SmackDown was good. But could have been better, so I'll give it a 2 count.
All right. So we're gonna address a couple of things before we get to Friday. Okay. We're gonna get to Raw after that because I know the calendar.
Yeah.
John asked you.
September.
Hey, it was the 3rd of September. Anyway, do you think if Randy Orton will return, do you think it wouldn't matter anyway because he's better than everyone there anyway? He's probably there just to put others over. So for me, I feel like I understand what you're asking, John. I think whenever Randy Orton returns, if he's well enough to return, I don't personally see him getting another world title shot. I think it might be his era to put over younger talent, which is fine. And putting over younger talent doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to lose every time. You could win a match and put somebody completely over, making them look like a star. So I think Randy Orton's career has spoken for itself.
Absolutely.
And Randy doesn't necessarily need a world title run to prove that he has been one of the most consistent when he's not injured, but he's one of the most consistently well booked, consistently well performing. I don't think. Do we see another Randy Orton reign? We might. As Brandy would say, one of my favorite albums, Never Say Never, but I don't see it happening. I don't know. What say you, Mike? What say you, Knuckles?
I think so. If he's healthy, if Randy Orton is healthy enough to go, I think it's always a possibility that Randy wins another world title. I think that you got to remember, it feels like Randy's a lot older than he actually is because he's been in the business so long. But he started really young. Randy's only like in his early 40s, which is right at the same age range of
LA Knight,
of Bryan Danielson, of Adam Copeland. Well, Adam's actually closer to his 50s than his 40s, but you get what I'm saying. Like Bobby Lashley. The list goes on and on of talents that's in their 40s that's still performing at a high level. So I think if Randy comes back and he's healthy, I definitely could see him getting another world title run. I mean, he's going to be hot when he comes back. I could see it happening.
Ray says something. I'm going to get there, but what about, I'm sorry, Knuckles, go ahead.
I'm I'm on the fence on this. I would love to see Randy Orton do another title run, and I think if he were to come back to full competition, a title run would be their only option because his other option no longer works for the company. So I'm on the fence. I would love to see
Every time I feel the spirit move in my heart, I pray.
I'm sorry, but
Ooh, I'm going to hell. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Burning. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh
whoa,
my god.
No,
whoa,
no, no, no.
whoa,
No, 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 no. It's been
whoa.
84 years. Anyway, so no.
All
I
right.
don't know that emotion. Moving left and right
Well,
along.
anyway, like I said, I would love to see it, but the other side of me would not like to see it because, as we do know, this sport is not ballet,
Yeah,
and it only takes one bad fall or one
True.
for Randy Orton to be completely out of this business,
that's true.
and it could be completely injured in a serious nature that goes beyond the sport of wrestling. So that's why I'm kind of on the fence. I'd love to see it, but then in the subconscious, if he's not like 150%, I don't want to see
Now, once I get this 2 count off, just to skip down to Ray's comment, since we're talking about Randy Orton, I think another Randy World title reign would be really short. I think if we do get one, I agree.
Yeah. Can see
I
it.
agree. I agree completely.
it. So
Um,
you're saying Randy would be a transitional champion?
Probably.
I see
Oh,
it. I see it, and
oh,
I'm not like I said. This is not a knock against Randy Orton.
oh.
Randy Orton is one of the greatest, of this
Yeah.
modern generation.
And you don't do that
He
to your
has.
greatest.
They've done it.
They've done it
They've done
exactly.
it.
But I hope
Has Undertaker ever been a transitional champion? Has
yeah,
Shawn Michaels ever been a transitional champion?
yes,
When?
Yeah, Sean won it at the Survivor Series in 2002 and dropped it a month later to Triple
Oh,
H.
but
boom.
he was 105 years old at that time.
But now we're changing. We're moving the goalposts.
Hair gone, eye to the left, to the left. Like it's all of it is just like all over the place. But I think if Randy does get another reign, I do agree with Ray here that
How
it's probably going to be
they did
transition.
it? I'm sorry, B. They did it with Randy during the Drew feud.
Yes, they
They put
did.
the title on Randy for like
Absolutely
a month and
correct.
then put it right back on Drew McIntyre.
Hmm?
Fair.
So yes, they definitely would do that.
Fair.
A couple of things before we get to Raw. Ray.
Oh boy, here we go.
I'm just waiting for Jade to make me her side
All
piece.
right.
She's
Wait a-
happily married.
Way to make it weird, buddy.
Happily?
She's happily married
Oh, definitely.
with the
Did you see-
cutest little nugget.
A nugget.
No,
I am not a nugget. Oh, sorry.
I'm a black heart, damn it. A winner, a soul survivor.
I'm sorry.
Bonji, I'm not doing this for y'all niggas today. Bonji asks, do you think WWE is gonna fumble the ball with Jade? It would be stupid, just as coked up as the other one, if they drop the ball with Jade.
I'm
Ooh,
moving
let
right
me put
along.
these glasses back on.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't
Yeah.
do it. You bet not. You better. Damn it.
By the way, Adam Copeland and FTR filed for the rated FTR
Divorce?
trademark, which is an awesome name. By the way, I just want to let you guys know, rated FTR is great.
Why does everybody feel like they have to combine their name with FTR?
But that one is good. That one is really good. The CM FTR thing, but rated FTR, that's great. That's good shit, Kyle.
The same thing is rated RKO.
Rated RKO.
Good point. Ray just made a really good point. You know, I was barely alive for this. Taker was a transitional champ in '92 where he held the title for 6 days.
Yeah,
right.
but Taker was nowhere near a star than he is now. Nowhere near.
That's true.
Nowhere
That's
near.
true.
And to be honest with you, he wasn't even. If you go back in the record books and do your history, Taker wasn't even supposed to win that match. Go back and research.
Well, I mean, but it happened.
So
it did. So now we're gonna go ahead to Raw.
Yeah.
Okay. So they were in Oklahoma City.
OKC.
All right.
the closest thing, the people who wore belts on that show is the closest thing Oklahoma City will ever see a championship.
Wow.
Sorry.
That was so aggressive. I just didn't understand why this happened.
Wow.
So this kickoff Raw, we got Sami Zayn kicking off. Yes, I do what I can. Sami Zayn kicked off Monday Night Raw. He addressed, Kevin being moved to SmackDown. With Jey Uso being transferred. What is this? What is this? Now? Anyway, Jey Uso being moved from SmackDown to Raw. Of course, he
went to a portal.
He with the transfer portal. Cut a promo. I'm gonna miss my best friend. Like he sounded like me when I moved from New York to North Carolina. But anyway, it was okay. It was like okay. I like Sami Zayn, and yeah, I don't have much to say about it. It was like a standard beginning to Raw. Yeah. Knuckles, Knuckles, Mike.
No,
if you guys want to comment on it.
No, not really.
No.
No.
All right, moving left and right along. We had a Falls Count Anywhere match. Rick O'Shea, or as Gray would say, Bullet Bounce, versus Shinsuke Nakamura. That was an intense match. If I'm not mistaken, Shinsuke did the GTS. Was it that, or was that last week?
Again, yeah, he did it twice.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
And there was a GTS on NXT, I believe, also, but
we'll get the prettiest.
Yeah, we'll get there.
It was a GTS nonetheless.
Yeah, it was not pretty.
Yeah. Nakamura defeated Ricochet in a very good match. Honestly, it keeps Nakamura strong. Sorry, Ricochet. Sorry, Bullet Bounce. Do you guys have anything to say about that?
I enjoyed the match, but we've seen it 100 times already. But I enjoyed the match. Huh?
I like the shooting star press spot. I like
that.
That is insane.
I'm glad you brought that up. That is gonna be in every highlight package for the next 10 years at least.
10 years, yeah.
That was a thing of beauty. That was amazing.
And then there was a clip on social media showing, I think WWE posted it, of them showing Ricochet do the shooting star. Then they pan to Samantha, and Samantha is just hand shaking, facing her hand. That's real life right there.
Of course, Samantha's the real life fiance of Ricochet. But yeah, crazy.
Sorry. What happened?
All right.
Yeah, go ahead, B.
All right, so we have I'm trying to fight through this shit. So we have Natalya versus Piper Niven. I'm so glad we can call her Piper Niven again.
Yeah.
It was okay. Piper beat Natalya. That's all I got. To be quite honest, the Raw women's locker room the Raw's women's booking is lacking because Rhea is not in the fucking picture because she's everywhere except for where she needs to be. But Natalia can get a great match out of anyone. Piper Niven is supremely talented, and that's all I got. Does anybody else have anything to say about that?
I'm just a little distracted by Knuckles moving all over the place. I don't.
I'm doing it in Italian.
Come on, you guys!
Come on, you guys!
I literally leave my house now, and that's what I say when
that's
I first walk out of my house.
Come
on, you guys!
Yeah!
I literally do that. I literally leave my house and say, "Come on, you guys!" That's how.
I mean, when you're driving in New York, you got to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Fair.
It's true.
Fair. Yeah, you guys do the Cal. Yeah, I do the Jericho. Come on, baby!
Oh man.
Seth and Rollins. Seth and
I don't think that's.
Seth and Drew had a promo.
Seth and Drew.
Seth Rollins looked like a marble floor, and Drew McIntyre looked like me on the other night. Anyway, yeah, I didn't really care about this, to be quite honest. I'm not even gonna lie. I've grown tired of Seth being champion, and the only reason why I'm saying this is because the man is injured, and I'm always gonna say, if you are injured to the point where you need surgery, baby, take that surgery and keep it moving. Also, I truthfully, and I like Drew McIntyre, but I haven't cared much about Drew.
Really? You don't say. So you mean you feel the same way I felt for the last 3 months?
It's like, I like Drew. Drew is good. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, Drew is trash. No, Drew is very good in the ring. I just haven't given not one fuck, two fuck, red fucks, or blue fucks, and I just don't. I haven't cared much about Drew McIntyre since maybe about 2021. And it's now 2023.
What I've been saying.
And I'm trying, and Seth needs opponents. Seth needs opponents. They was like, no to Shinsuke. I'm like, okay, girl, okay, fine. Oh, baby, bring it on to me. Like, I was like, okay, Randy's not back yet. I'm like, okay, who's gonna take it over Seth? It should have been Shinsuke, and I think I said this last week. It should have been Shinsuke, unless it's gonna be what's his face? I can't think of his name right now, but it's just like I can't find a reason to care about Drew McIntyre. Other than that, he's good in the ring, and he arrives, claymores, and leaves. And
talk less, play more.
Talk less, play more. Like, it's just I'm trying. I'm trying.
That was a t-shirt.
I'm truthfully trying because
That's how much I didn't care. I don't remember.
And I legit like Drew. Like, he's good. I'm not gonna deny his talent, but I'm just like, I haven't cared. But that's just me. Knuckles.
This is what I've been trying to tell y'all for the last 3 to 5 months. People of Earth, I've grown tired of Drew McIntyre. When he was the champion when no one was there to react. And then you sat there and you tried to push him as a champion when people were in the stands. Nobody cared. What's the dude's name? Exactly. I'm not feeling it with him anymore. He's got to have a drastic change for me to care. about Drew McIntyre. It's got to be a drastic change, a 180.
Mike?
No, I'm just gonna say this. They're making Drew. It's really like they're teasing Drew winning this title. Like, I mean, like really trying to make people think that he's gonna win the title. I mean,
Hey, when he doesn't, what's next?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know.
And
Like,
they're kind of making him ride the fence. He's like, "Oh yeah, all I care about is all I answer to is the fans."
Well,
but then when baby faces are in trouble, you turn their back on them. That's exactly what the fans want you to do is help.
Because they're teasing a heel turn, and I think him losing to Seth Rollins at Crown Jewel will be that moment where Drew just snaps.
But my question is, when Drew eventually loses, what do we have to invest in?
Nothing.
Like, I would literally stop and go to Disney Plus and find, this is spooky season. I would watch, I would watch Twitches or, my favorite Halloween movie, Hocus Pocus. And I just suck the lies out of the chicken for sunrise. Anyway, it's just that I can quote that movie all of the. I'm back. Anyway, like I would literally find literally anything else to watch to be invested in Drew McIntyre right now, and I'm not trying to be shady and I'm not trying to be rude because I love Drew. Drew is so good, but I have not found a reason to be invested in him in wrestling for the past couple of years.
Yeah,
since he was champion, and I'm just being, real rap, bro. Very Cheryl Lynn to be real. Like I'm being real about this. I don't have a reason to invest in Drew, and I'm not saying this because he's bad in the ring. He's fantastic, and I'm always going to give people their things, except for the only Tessa that I acknowledge is Thompson. But I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh, that was a great Drew McIntyre match. I don't care.
So
as good as he is, I don't care.
And this is the last thing I'll say. I think this is going to lead to Priest winning the title. I think what happened. I think what happens is a spoiler alert, right? And I think we'll talk more about this when we predict Crown Jewel. I'm assuming next week. But I don't know what Crown Jewel is. I'm just talking. But I think what's going to happen is Seth beats Drew. Drew snaps, takes out on Rollins. Priest cashes in. I think that is where we're going. But again, we'll talk more about it. I'll have an official prediction once we're closer. But yeah, let the record reflect. I think that's what's going to happen. I think Drew's going to lose again, and he's gonna snap, turning full heel, and just like demolishes Seth Rollins. Which would continue the Seth Rollins feud, which would answer your question as to what do we do with Drew McIntyre after. Well, there you have it. He just cost Seth Rollins the world title.
But that wouldn't. Okay. So, Mike, you make a lot of sense. Let's just go back to this past Monday when they tried to cash in and Drew stopped them.
Well, that's because he wants Seth for himself.
But this is what I'm saying. Once he loses to Seth, he won't stop the cashing.
Right.
So that's where I'm agreeing you.
Yeah.
I'm agreeing with you. But in that same token, Seth needs rest. So why would we put him in another story?
Put over McIntyre and then he gets his rest? I don't know.
No.
I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. I don't know.
I'm getting bored with Drew McIntyre, so we're gonna move on to the next match. Right. Well, speaking of things that I really didn't care about, so we had Ludwig Kaiser versus Johnny Wrestling. Didn't care. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Couple
didn't care.
Oh, comments.
Yeah, we're gonna get to some comments. Father Jesus Christ. Okay, so Ray says, I'm trying to get to everything, but I won't be able to. So if you feel like I skipped your comment, I promise, is not on purpose. It's that we got to keep moving. Ray says, I think Drew's gonna go heel. If not, they're surely giving hints of it. Now he's definitely going heel, but my whole thing is I'm not gonna care still.
Okay.
Bunchy, Jesus,
Andrew McIntyre is crazy.
Andrew McIntyre is misused in WWE.
Wonderful.
I do need your definition of being misused because he's
a former world champion, 2-time.
Yeah, I could list a whole bunch of people that were misused in WWE. Most of them are probably women. Most of them probably black. But yeah, I could think of people that are misused in WWE. I don't think that Drew McIntyre is one of those people. But that's just me. What say you, Knuckles and or Mike?
I don't think he's misused. I think Drew was given an opportunity and I'm not gonna say failed. He didn't fail. I just don't think people cared after a while. Once he won, it was just like, all right. And maybe that's the reason why they have not put another world title on him since.
Yeah, oh well. Knuckles?
I agree. There's nothing that can make or break a career or a story than the reaction of a crowd. Case in point, I say he was champion when there was no one there to react. There was pumped in crowd reaction. So you can make him look good at any time. All you gotta do is pump in cheers, whatever. The people themselves are gonna do what they want to do.
Yeah,
true.
So, yeah, I think we can keep going.
Next one. This is my last comment before I move on to the next match. Yeah, they showed that Drew low-key talking to Rhea in the background of another segment. I forgot what segment it was. Yes, you are right. Once again, Rhea is not in the women's division doing anything. We have the girls fighting everywhere.
Because she's bigger than the women's division right now.
Oh, okay, then that's fine. Then don't put the title on her. Because if she's not doing anything with it, like, okay. So I'm going to be like completely and utterly Frank's hot sauce right now.
We put that on everything.
Everything. Yeah, put that on everything.
Rhea's good at what she's good. And I'm never going to sit here and deny Rhea Ripley because Rhea is a star. But if you're not doing anything with her holding the title in all of Judgment Day, I'm tired of Judgment Day. I'm going to be real. I'm tired of Judgment Day. You know, like I said last week, Dom and Rhea can have their Eddie and China situation going. Finn can be to the left. You know, the Funko Pop can be somewhere over there. Don't care. And then, you know, Damian Priest could continue to, you know, tease cashing in on people. That I don't care, but that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But, you know, the women's world title, whatever they call it on Raw, the women's world title, they're not doing anything with it. And like I said, you know, this whole thing with Alba Fire and Isla Dawn stating that the women's tag team championships are cursed. You could do something with that. You have women's tag teams. You have Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, if I'm not mistaken. I believe I have that correct. I apologize if I don't. Yeah. But you have that. You know, you have, you know, Knees and Natalia. I guess we're going to have them apparently form a tag.
She has the shiniest wizard. I can attest to that.
I'm talking about Knees. I'm talking Knees. Now, I'm not talking about Tony Knees. I'm talking about Knees. Like, you have, you know, you have these women that are in the, you know, on the show, but not on the show. You got Nia Jax, and we got, you know, we are getting a Fatal 5-Way at Blood Money. You know, we have Rhea and Nia and Carisha. Let me stop. Wow. Nia and Shayna. Carisha, and who else is in that match? Who else is in that match? The girls are gonna be fighting at
Is Zoe
Blood Money.
is Zoe
Zoe
Shayna,
Stark and the other one, I forgot
Zoe
what her name.
Shayna, Naya, Rhea.
Oh my god,
Is it Raquel?
Margarita. Like we have all of these people. Okay, we got this. Okay, fine, whatever. It's just like you're not giving us anything. I think hopefully, I hope Jade goes to Raw because, to quote Invader Zim, Raw has a mighty need.
Not that it matters, because the brand split doesn't matter anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't, however, comma space. We need entertaining people on Raw, and this is not. No, this is being shady. So we have. Come on, you guys, and we have. The racist Selena Quintiela Perez.
Wow.
And we talk about Raquel. And then we have Mies. Like, look, I like Tegan Knox. Tegan Knox is a talented woman.
It certainly doesn't sound like it. Not on this show, it don't.
Look, Tegan Knox is a talented woman. I would never deny that from that young lady. She's great. But nobody gives a fuck. I don't give a fuck. My dog doesn't give a fuck. This bag of popcorn doesn't give a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. Like, nobody cares. Yes, baby, I'm talking about you. Lay down. But anyway, and nobody cares. Nobody cares about Tegan. And I'm not saying this to say that Tegan Knox is not good at wrestling. She's great at wrestling, but nobody cares. Nobody cares. I don't care. You don't care. We don't care. Jesus doesn't give a fuck. A bitch named Beltrice don't care. Nobody fucking cares. And it sucks. And I guess we'll get to NXT later, but it sucks that nobody gives a fuck because she's good in the ring.
Yeah.
But what else? Might buy you Chris, but that about it. Like it's like nobody cares. It sucks. So Jade will be a great addition to the Raw Women's roster. Please put her on there. The Raw Women's roster needs it. It needs some milk. It needs it. SmackDown's women's roster, dope. We got me. I mean, granted, me and Yim not. Give me something fucking to do. Bianca's coming back soon. We have Io and Bailey, even though Dakota's injured. Dakota, we have so many entertaining people on SmackDown, and then Raw is and then there's Maud. Like, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
We gotta keep going.
Your dog moving left. You have to tell your dog to sit there.
And speaking of fucking Rhea Ripley, we have Rhea Ripley and Shayna Baszler. Now, this match could have been great, but then it was disqualification, which led to the actual Fatal 5-Way. Yeah. Which, girl, I guess I don't have much about that. Do you guys have anything to say about it?
Nope.
All right, so we have Gunther Vandross versus
never too much.
Bronson Reed. Recreated.
Bronson Reed.
No, I'm not calling him Big Bronson Reed. We know this because the big is redundant. Anyway,
you went the safe way. Okay, gotcha.
I did go to look. I like Bronson Reed. Anyway, Intercontinental Championship, Bronson versus Gunther. Gunther beat Bronson to retain the title. That was a great match.
It was.
Gunther, you could put Gunther in the ring with a fucking box of Slinkies, and he'll make the Slinkies like a star. Oh God, that sounded bad. And I'm not saying that Bronson Reed. I love Bronson Reed. I just realized that sounded shady. I keep forgetting I be throwing shade at people when I don't mean to. But Bronson Reed is amazing.
Still great.
Everybody loves a Slinky. I could tell you somebody that'll move like Slinky, but we're not moved there. We're not there yet. But anyway, um, great match. Bronson and fucking Gunther put on a classic. I don't understand why Gunther is not on more pay-per-views. That doesn't make any sense to me. But Knuckles, Sean. Oh, Knuckles.
Man, what are you
Right?
doing?
Yeah.
Golly.
No, I really enjoyed this match. Gunther hitting the splash and then the power bomb on Big Bronson Reed for the win.
Oh my god!
Nice clean win. And yes, Ray, they are a tag team. Just to answer your question, but yeah, Knuckles.
I'm so tired of Ray. I'm so tired.
Wait, I'm put that up there real
I
quick.
answered the last part of his. Yeah.
So Tegan and Natalia should form a tag team called Dry as Fuck. Wait, aren't they already a tag team? I mean, technically, like I said, Natalia, at least she gives us, that's because I'm the greatest. At least we get that. Like, she makes me laugh with her random bouts of yelling. But Tegan Knox is like if you watch, I would rather watch a plant photosynthesize than watch a Tegan Knox match, and that's not because Tegan Knox is not good at what she does. She's great at what she does. She is. Okay. So I can be critical of people that I like.
Yeah, that's
but
critical.
At the same time, and I like Tegan. But like I said, what is she giving besides knees? And I have the Captain Marvel symbol on my chest. Like, what is that? Like, what is that? Like, I don't have mega knees, and I have the Captain Marvel symbol on my chest. What
Hands on your knees.
Are we getting? Like, hands on your knees, looking ass like a shop. Like, what are you doing? Like, Tegan is amazing. She's a good wrestler. She's an amazing wrestler.
Doing a big Cuzzo dance,
but I just don't. Tegan does not move the needle for me.
Okay.
As good as she is, it's just like, I got rainbow hair, girl, and my knees are great. Barely.
I had a comment, but I'm gonna keep it PG.
No, I'm not. Like, taste the rainbow. Like, what is? My knees are barely. Like, and I like Tegan. She's good. And don't take me being critical of her booking or her lack of personality. Sorry. Her lack of personality for me bearing her. She's amazing. Relax. She's amazing in the ring. She's amazing in the ring. But every time I see her try to, and she's trying, and the reason why I don't give her hell like I should is because she's trying. But I get sleepy when she comes on my TV. Like, sometimes I'd be like, yo, where's my melatonin? Because I'm tired.
I think we get it on Tegan Knox. I think we get it.
Damn.
Fuck. Right, what else do we have here? Poor Tegan.
Poor bottom.
God, what's next? Fucking Raw.
Let's see. Can we get to the main event? Title change.
Yeah, we're gonna skip we have the tag team titles with Codith Rose and Jey Uso versus Judgment Day. Okay, what the fuck? All right, y'all go because
I'll keep it short because we really gotta get up out of here. I'm dying. All right, so what was the point of taking the titles off of Judgment Day if you're just gonna put them back on to Judgment Day like a week later? That didn't make any sense. But I started the wheels started turning once they had all of these title defenses in the last week. I'm like, oh, they're gonna take the titles off of them. You don't have them defend the titles 3 times in the last week. Wrestle for the titles. Yeah, it was 3. It was 2 times. No, it was 3.
It was
They
3.
defended it against Kevin and Sammy, beat them. Defended it against Waller and Theory, beat them. And then the third defense came on Monday night. So I'm like, by the time Monday got here, I'm like, oh, they're going to take the titles off of them. Now, why? No idea. Unless they don't.
I can think of a couple of reasons or substances.
Unless they're trying to get Cody in like out of the tag team title scene. That's the only thing I could think of.
So he can finish the story, baby.
Yeah, he's got to finish the story.
I'm always going to do it. I love doing my Dusty Rhodes.
Not if Dwayne has something to say about it. But yeah.
What is Dwayne doing besides being Black Adam and ruining the DCEU? Besides the other people that ruined the DCEU.
I don't know, but yeah, it just didn't make any sense. They should have never took the titles over Judgment Day in the first place. But
okay.
Buried the hell out of Tegan. Yeah, we told him that 2 weeks ago. The way he feels about Tegan.
Really quick, I'm not burying Tegan. However, common space, I'm being critical because I like her. I do.
So this is constructive criticism.
It's constructive criticism. You are good in the ring. Now, if I was burying her, I would say like she's awful in the ring. And I would be lying if I said that. Because she's not. She's good in the ring. But when I tell you that, it's lullabies when she tries to be on the mic. Because I'm sleepy.
Well, there's a couple of people like that.
Tired. Oh yeah, it's like me having some melatonin, like the highest dose of melatonin. Whiskey neats, things that make me sleepy. Math, it makes me sleepy. I'm tired. That's not what I went to school for.
All right.
Math is crazy, but
math is crazy.
I don't care. I'm sorry, but moving left and right along, I didn't understand why they did this whole, we're going to put the titles back on Judgment Day. Why are we doing this? Split up. Split those tag team titles up like Destiny's Child, all right? Go ahead and let the Raw tag team titles stay on Raw, or let the SmackDown tag team titles be like Farrah and get your fucking luggage, or we can send you your luggage. We let that shit go. SmackDown has a tag team, they have their own separate tag teams. Raw has their tag teams. We don't need to combine them. Get us ready for Survivor Series. Survivor Series is in a month. It's in fucking Chicago. Give us something. Give us something that we can feel.
So
the quote in Vogue. Depending on who you are, Aretha Franklin. Give us something that we can sparkle. Give us something that we can feel. Give us something.
You mentioned Chicago. We mentioned the GTS earlier. It seems like it's all teases. It seems like they got him, and I'll just leave it there. That's what it seems like. What story does Cody have to finish except doing cartwheels? All right. Yeah. So yeah, that was Raw. Knuckles.
I'm screaming. Wow. No, we're taking that off.
Yeah.
We're doing that. Let's go ahead and skip to the ratings. What do you gentlemen feel about Raw?
I guess a 2 count.
Okay.
I really want to say 1, but I guess a 2 count.
Knuckles.
I'm gonna say 1. The only thing that.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and keep that 1 up there for me also.
Yeah. The only thing that even made me significantly jump on my seat was Ricochet and Shinsuke.
Yeah. All
right. So we're gonna go ahead and run through next.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Trick Williams attacked before it was made a fatal 4-way. It was fatal 4-way. That's really what matters on the show here. But yeah, go ahead.
Honestly, Trick Williams got the Marty Jannetty low key, but we're not.
Is it
being told.
Is it Mello or is Mello a red herring? Because I think it's painfully obvious
Wesley.
Melo.
You think it's Wesley?
Oh, I didn't even think about him.
You know,
that is a good idea.
I wish I can credit whoever saw it, whoever tweeted that on Twitter. I'm not calling it X. Said like, "Oh, where's Wesley been?" You know, that's a good point. A great point. You know, where's Wesley? You know, it could be Wesley, or it could be Mello being a jealous friend. That's fine.
Yeah, I just feel like that's too it's painfully obvious, bro. Like
it's because Mello wore the leather jacket. You know, the leather jacket with no shirt, like how Sean did when he turned on Marty.
Yeah.
The infamous. Everybody knows when Marty got kicked through the damn.
When Marty tried to run away from Sean and he tried to escape through the glass.
Sure, that's just like oh yeah, I didn't shoot him. He ran into the bullet. Like it's fine.
He was trying to make a getaway, of course.
Yeah.
Completely ignored the door in the middle of the thing,
and he fell through the glass window.
So really quick before I do want to point out the women's breakout.
By the way, also V.
Yeah, that too.
Parking lot.
Yeah, that get out the parking lot. But I do want to go ahead and highlight the women's matches because honestly, the women's match was the best part of NXT for me. Carmen, I apologize.
Which one?
Right.
Not the breakout match.
I want to apologize.
Jackson injured for real?
Jakara Jackson is injured, so speedy recovery to her.
That's unfortunate.
I want to apologize in advance if I mispronounced your name, but it was Jada Parker.
Yes.
Who
everybody thought it was Jade, but I'm like, no, that's an actor.
Yeah, relax, y'all. Yeah. And which, hi Jada. Versus Carmen Petrovic. If I mispronounced that, I apologize.
You are correct,
profusely. I apologize profusely. Petrovich. I apologize profusely.
I think it's Vitch, like sandwich.
Vitch. You know, she won by submission to advance to the semifinals, which is fine. We have Daenerys Targaryen versus Knees.
So the Tegan match was really good.
It was good, but I just don't care about either one of them.
Yeah.
I don't care about either one of them.
If I hear
look,
one more time,
Daenerys Turner, Jakaris, Game of Thrones, I don't care. I don't care. Yes, you know, two Irish, she's going to be facing Becky. You know, two Irish women, white women did everything. So it's like, I don't care. I don't care. Then we have Knees with the Skittles hair, which I don't care. I don't care.
I'll say this. I think Lyra and Tegan was one of the best matches on the show.
It was a great match.
And I do care about Lyra. I care about Lyra more than I care about Tegan.
Don't care.
All right. Well, I actually like their story. I like that they crossed paths and that in the past or whatever, and now they're both in WWE and they're gonna wrestle for the NXT title. I do care about that. Because I know they're gonna have a great match, and I care about Becky. So that's that. So I mean, I do care about that. I thought that was good stuff. The breakout match was rough. Okay, I'm gonna be real. That match was rough.
Oh no, it was rough. It was rough.
You have to, but everybody has to understand that this is still developmental. Like, and I come on here all the time and say that this is still developmental, guys. Like, so let's not be too hard on them. Yes, they are on national television, and they are wrestling on TV. So you have to kind of be, pretty good. But this is still developmental, and of course things were changed because Jakara actually got hurt. So
yeah,
let's give them a break here. But I'm gonna be, like I said, I'm gonna be critical. It was rough. They got through it, but it was not pretty. Yes, Knuckles.
How did she get hurt?
I think a house show or something, right?
Oh, man.
Yeah. A live event.
There was also Shotzi versus Kiana James. Didn't really care too much about this. Kiana James is actually really, really good. She's coming our biracial queen. She's really coming along very, very well.
Yeah.
I don't have much to say about this. If you guys have something to say about this.
No.
Okay, so we have Ariana Grace versus Brinley Reese,
we
who
kinda
is,
covered
of
it.
course, is taking place of Jakara Jackson, who is injured.
Yeah.
So I keep forgetting that Ariana Grace is Santino's daughter,
Yes.
and you see it.
Yes.
You see it.
Who she look familiar?
And she's
Yes,
doing
that's
the
Santino
whole
Morella's daughter.
Santina gimmick, but the right way.
Yeah, essentially.
The right way.
The correct way in the unoffensive way.
Right.
But you know, to be fair, Ariana Grace did a pretty good job out of their finish. I'm personally not a fan of it. Not gonna lie to you, but once again, like Mike said,
It was weak.
It was weak.
It was weak.
It was, but it's also like you said, bro. It was developmental, so they're working on what works, what doesn't. So I'm not gonna give them too much. Like I'm not gonna give them the vitriol that I would give Knees versus Daenerys Targaryen. So
there was one shot where, now that you mentioned that in the Tegan and Lyra match, or Taya Valkyrie match, that
Tyra Valkyrie's on AEW allegedly.
At one point, Tegan was supposed to duck Lyra, and she caught a kick right to the head. I was scared out my mind for Tegan because I'm like, oh my god! I thought she had a concussion. I really thought she was out of it. She caught a straight kick right to the head. Pretty vicious, but fortunately, she's okay.
Yeah. I just want to say, I'm just gonna give my prediction now.
Yeah.
Kalani Jordan to win the whole thing, and she should.
I hope so.
But you know, her and her boyfriend can have matching breakout wins. But anyway, yeah, Ariana Grace. I'm not a fan of this particular finish. I hope Jakara does win. Excuse me, does recover.
Yeah.
You know, whenever she can. Because the tag team division is lacking. But let's see. We have the number one contendership for the NXT Championship. Of course, with Trick Williams being attacked by, question mark. We have Carmelo Hayes versus Baron Corbin versus Dijak.
Yes.
That was a great match.
Yeah.
Of course, Melo gets the win. He faces NXT champion at Halloween Havoc.
Dragunov, yeah. Interesting that Melo won here, and now we're getting Dragunov versus Melo 3.
Yep.
3, yes.
Very interesting.
All right, gentlemen.
I was waiting for during Carmelo's celebration for Trick Williams' music to hit. I was waiting for it. I don't know why. I was just like, yo.
You're not alone. My pops said the same thing. And I'm like, well, Trick's at the hospital.
Yeah,
this was Pops.
When we're trying to figure out who it was to attack him, and like Carmelo gets the big win, only for Trick Williams to come out and say, man, you jumped me from behind.
Too soon.
I get it now. When I had more time to think about it, yes, it's too soon.
Yeah.
But for some reason,
think about it. Melo, Trick wasn't so incapacitated that he wouldn't have known that it was Melo. So that's another reason why I don't know if they're gonna go with Melo.
They shouldn't.
They might. That's the easy thing to do. But remember, it wasn't like Trick was like knocked out cold. He was down selling, and they, and they took him out of there or whatever. So I don't know. It could have been. It probably was an attack from behind. Maybe he didn't see the person, but I'm sure it's gonna come out that some type of CCTV footage has come out, and it's this person. Or maybe Nikki Cross knows who did it, just like she knew what happened in NXT back in the day.
I truly think if they don't do the whole mellow trick situation, give us Wesley and give us a triple threat.
Yeah.
Or give us a fatal four way with Dragunov, Mello, Trick, and Wesley.
Yeah.
Because remember,
That would be a
Wesley did
banger
say
match.
that he won. Like Wesley did say he wanted the NXT title.
Yeah.
Give us that. You
That'd be
know,
a
have
crazy match.
Ham Attack Trick. You know, have Trick think it's Mello. You know, the boys will be fighting and give us something interesting. And
Yeah.
that's just how I feel. But let's go ahead and rate NXT so we can go ahead and get
Two.
that out to AEW.
2.
So we got 2 counts across the board, and now we're finished. And we're gonna move left and right along to AEW Dynamite. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna be real with y'all. Okay, I'm gonna go first. Okay.
Wow. I didn't tap out.
It's the whole bottle for me.
Uh-huh.
So let's talk about AEW.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I don't have like notes or anything in front of me.
That one hit a little different.
What happened on AEW?
So I got I got you, bro. So we had Penta versus Jay White.
Okay.
Great match.
And
yeah,
I
solid
just
opening.
Sure. I just didn't find a reason to care. I'm gonna tell you where I tapped out. So the match was okay, right? Jay White beats Penta 1, 2, 3. You know,
With,
it's over, it's done,
outside
it's wrapped.
interference.
Of course, you know, people got in the way, you know,
Bang, bang,
in
gang.
the way, what I'm feeling.
Bang, bang, gang.
Yeah, I have nothing else to say about that. Do you guys have anything to say?
I thought it was a great match between Jay and Penta. Penta wasn't gonna win. Jay has a world title match coming up soon, so Penta wasn't gonna win that. But yeah, I thought it was good. And I thought their post match promo was also good. Them being the Bullet Club, and I also like that Max did not come out because he even said, I'm sure you'll get to it or maybe you won't. He said in the next segment, well, I'm not going to be like every other stupid good guy and run out there and be in a 4-on-1 situation. Like,
I'm glad you said it because I wasn't going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought that was good. I thought it was a great opening segment. Knuckles?
Yeah, I thought it was good too. I thought the match itself was very good. A lot of back and forth, a lot of Simon Miller would say, a lot of 1-2 ooh in that match. But yeah, overall, I love what they're doing with Jay White. I will be the first to say what they're doing with Jay White and what they're doing with Juice Robinson, especially Juice Robinson, because he needed it. Good God, he needed it. Because he was so far back in Jay White's shadow before all of this, but we really didn't even give.
Well,
what do you say? What do you say? The solid liquid gas plasma fuck.
I don't give a solid liquid gas, a plasma fuck about any of that.
Glass too, but yeah,
glass, plastic, off the sofa, all of it.
Lint, but they yeah, the way they're elevating Juice Robinson and the Guns in this group right here, like I'm digging it. I like it, but it was a great match though. It was good.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna move on to the next match, the only match that I cared about. Hikaru Shida versus Emi Sakura. Of course, I am the women's wrestling connoisseur, and I also like Stardom and Joshi Wrestling. That match was hard hitting, and the only match that kept me awake during the show. Of course, Shida retained the title. I don't know if you guys saw that match, but that shit was wild to me.
I did. I watched all the Dynamite. So I'm gonna say it. I wasn't invested just because Sheeta was not gonna lose. I didn't really care.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good match, but it was the same, kind of the same thing with Penta and Jay White, but there was more story going on there for me. So it's like just with Jay White and the Bullet Club because they are in the main event scene with MJF. So I like the match. Don't get me wrong. I should have led with that. I like the match a lot. Really solid match between two veterans. Okay, Emmy's been working longer than Sheeta. She actually had a hand in training her, I believe.
Yes, she did.
So that's cool. I mean, that's dope. That they got to go out there and wrestle for the AEW Women's Championship. I just didn't care. I just wasn't invested, I should say. I don't want to say I didn't care. I wasn't invested. It's like, all right, Sheeta's not going to lose. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Emmy's never on TV. So it's like, all right, whatever. It's another match. You know what I mean? So, at least, like I said, at least with the Penta and Jay White match, all of them are on TV all the time. They're all, you know what I'm saying? They're all involved in stories and, so it's talent I see every week. Emmy, I know she's working a lot. She does a lot of rampages and she does collisions.
She's good as hell.
She is. Emmy, when Dark was a thing, Emmy was on every Dark, and she was very entertaining, very, very entertaining on Dark. But yeah, as far as the title match, I mean, I didn't care. You know what it also is? It's not really Emmy. It's the fact that Sheeta's world champion again. It's okay, why? But that's just my own personal feelings about the whole thing, and not that Sheeta's
because who else? Clearly, because you're not gonna put it on my girl. And you know who my girl is. Well, it's our girl.
Yeah.
Willow Nightingale.
Well, Saturday Nightingale, so.
We're not going to see Tony Storm's right there.
Yeah, Ray said it also. I'm tired. Sheeta and the Queen, too many matches, too soon between those two. Yeah, and it isn't the first time they've worked. They've worked a bunch of times, so it's all right, but to your
and it should have never been on the one whose neck is made of Jenga blocks, and it's just...
So all right. So the point of putting the title on Saraya was just for that London pop, I'm assuming, because
that's exactly what it was.
Which in that sense, why even do it? I get it. All right, you want the home. Well, it's not our home. It's close to our home. You want the home country person to win the title. I get it, but just like we're critical of WWE, we got to be critical of AEW. What was the point?
Yeah.
Of been switching?
Haven't I not been critical of AEW?
Yeah, of course. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of. I don't know what the AEW women's division needs, but they need something. It needs something.
Actual people that know how to book matches. Anyway, and not play fucking Super Smash Bros. Or Mario Party fucking 4.
It needs that foreign car on their roster.
Wardlow, what the fuck? Wardlow did this powerbomb. I don't care about it. Moving left and right along. Kenny Omega versus Kyle Fletcher.
Now who's the...
I mean, no. All
right. Yeah, Kyle Fletcher, Kenny Omega, best match of the show. Kenny really went out and put on a match with I'm gonna call him a kid, no disrespect because he is younger than us. So Kyle Fletcher has something.
Don't make me feel old. Shit.
He has something. And Kenny got the win. But Kyle Fletcher really got over. He's impressive. I will give Kyle Fletcher that. I like Kenny doing the high flying thing and saying I'm getting too old for this, which is hilarious. Why am I still doing this? But yeah. Yeah, I thought it was really good. And a part we missed was MJF saying 13 days, bitch, to Kenny Omega, alluding to 13 days he'll pass Kenny Omega's record as AEW champion. So I thought that was
who
cool,
has the longest reign? Is it Jericho?
Is it Jericho or Mox? I think it might be
I
Mox.
believe it's Mox. I believe
think
it's
it's Mox.
I don't feel like Googling right now because hi. Yeah, I believe it's Mox.
See what you did there.
Hold on. I can't even remember the queen's name. That's how corny she is to me. Wow. I'm the same way. Hikaru Shida shouldn't have been women's champion. Shouldn't be women's champion right now.
Should have been.
Shouldn't have been.
Shouldn't have been.
Should not have been, guys.
Oh, should not have been. Okay. Woo. Hi. Words. Know them.
Tony Khan is stalling until Britt wants to hold the title. It's crazy, but yeah, I agree.
Would I tell you that I will tap out every single time?
Wow.
But okay, and here's the thing, right? Like, okay, Britt is not champion right now, but who else is there that besides Willow, right? Because I think Willow would be a great pick for a champion.
Willow make a great Ring of Honor champion also, women's champion also. Even though, Athena wasn't on the PWI top for whatever fucking reason. But anyway.
Yeah. She was on the BWI, which is nice.
And she should have fucking been because, B, that's what? Black. Anyway.
But yeah, it just like I said, to address Ray's comment to finish up there. Yeah, I think Tony is waiting for like a Britt Baker or Jamie Hayter to get healthy again.
Okay, Jamie. See, I like Jamie Hayter's Hayter. I like Jamie Hayter as champion.
I like Jamie Hayter as champion, but I like Jamie Hayter as champion with Britt Baker involved with the whole thing because we were robbed of our Britt Baker Jamie Hayter match for the women's world title because Jamie got hurt. Yes, we were because that's the thing.
So if I could be really like Frank, that could be really Frank Ocean, right?
Frank Gifford.
There's Frank and Beans. I could do without the dentist lady.
Frankie Kazan.
You can, but
I definitely can because if we're gonna be talking about mid,
wow.
Oh man,
wow.
I mean, V, that's your opinion, and I respect it.
Oh, and I know the girls, the boys, the theys, the thems are gonna be upset, but I'm gonna let y'all know right now. Fuck you. Suck my dick from the front and the back. I don't care.
At the end of the day, V, I definitely, I respect you, bro. Like, so I respect your opinion. That's your opinion. I think that Britt is probably the most over woman in a whole division, even without a championship. Like, and even not being on TV.
Because she's gotten the most attention out of all of them. Like I said, going back to what he was all coked up, that we were choked up. It's instead of building a women's division that showcases everyone except for one or two people, you showcase the one or two people, and if it's not that one or two people, they don't get as much shine upon TV. Of course, people are going to feel that way about certain people because you don't give other people the chance to do well or fail. And it's just like you can't expect one person to surround themselves, or you can't surround. You have the ability to surround a division around one person, but if you're not going to give other people chances or proper chances or build other possible opponents up, that's a problem on your booking, which is going back to what I've said about Tony Khan's booking. Tony Khan's booking is not good. It is like literally playing whatever fighting game you can think of, the Soul Calibur, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, even Pikmin, Mario's Kart,
Mario's Kart.
Like Mario, Super Mario Sunshine, whatever game that you feel that is applicable to this, WrestleMania 19. That was an awful game for GameCube. Like whatever game you can think of is like literally playing video games with Tony Khan. Now, granted, sometimes you need to be a little energized and you need a little energy. That energy is a little white, and that energy is a little white powder. That just
All
and
right.
it's just your booking for the women's division is not good. Point blank fucking period. It's not. It hasn't been. Like in the beginning. If it wasn't evolved around Britt Baker, then it wasn't good. If
But
it wasn't evolved around
you
Noodle Neck,
you
then it
need that
wasn't
one.
good.
You need.
But you
I'm sorry,
yes.
V. Go ahead.
You need I'm sorry, bro. I don't mean to interrupt you. But yes, you need your stars. You're absolutely correct. But you're building it around people that are not great. Sorry, don't care. Like
But
you're
there's a
building it
bunch of
around people that are popular, yes, but not great. Like yes, you can have champions that are great at wrestling but not popular. Yes, you can have champions that are popular but not great. Yes, that's absolutely correct. However, common space at the same time. If you're not building other people, while you're building up the people that are, very mid level, like mid, like MID. Like if you're building up those same people you can build multiple people at the same time. But Tony Khan's problem, and like I said, I want AEW to succeed, but as I've said previously on this show before, issue with Tony Khan and his booking is that it's awful. It's like let's take here. We have this toy here, and we have this toy here, and we're gonna go ahead and do this, and we're gonna go ahead and just put it on fire. And because we're just gonna do whatever the fuck we want to do, and we're just gonna have shenanigans everywhere. We have coke everywhere. We have everything everywhere all at once. The problem is that the booking is not great. And the reason why the bring no ass back knuckles, and the reason why the booking is not great is because you focus so much on one person. Like, yes, you can build a division around one person.
Mike,
However,
watch me pay.
at the same time, if you are not giving people chances, now you have a whole bunch of people, you have a whole roster that have to do with nothing. And, we have Anna, we have, Sunny Kiss is gone. You have Anna, you have who the fuck you see? You don't even fucking know. You have all of these people that are good at what they do. They're better than a lot of people that you be focusing on, and you do nothing with that because you're too busy taking your nose and shoving it up the ass of somebody who's not really that great at what they do wrestling wise. Maybe dentist wise, you're amazing, but wrestling wise, you are just as great as somebody. You're just as good as a Deacon Knox. And I'm not. You know what? Fuck it. I'm being shady when I said that. You are great, but everybody's like, "Oh, they're so great. They do this." Come on, you guys. You are great. Fine, but at the same time, you are not giving anything to me that is captivating me. You're not captivating me with your roster, which is part of the fucking problem, which is why I prefer to watch Athena powerbomb bitches upside their motherfucking head because Athena is good at what she does. She's a great wrestler. She has a great character. We have Willow Nightingale, who we love on this motherfucking show. I mean, she's good at everything. She can breathe, and I will fall out on the floor in liturgical praise because she is good at what she does. But then you have a whole bunch of people that are maybe good at wrestling or you may be good as a character, but it's not clicking. What's not clicking? That's the problem. Tony Khan's booking is like literally, like I said on the show before, what's in a fucking Wonder Ball? It's like literally Ricola. Like you get the same thing every single time, and people wonder what's the problem with AEW. It's like literally you have the issue where you have a roster full of people, but you give us the same people who may not be as great as the other people that's on the roster, but you give us, the same people on the same time at the same roster. Like you give us the same people. It's just like, okay, what's next? There should be no reason why Kiera Hogan is not consistently on TV. There should be a reason why Sky Blue isn't consistently on TV. Let's
But
be
she
real.
is.
I
Sky Blue is.
I enjoy a Sky Blue and a Kiera Hogan than I do with a Britt Baker DMD. I find them more
But B,
entertaining
that's
to me.
personal
They are
preference.
better. Yes, it is. Yes, Mike, I know. It's personal. Yes, we love Kiera Hogan. She's the only Hogan we acknowledge, right?
Yeah.
Fine. I like Sky Blue. There's other women on that roster. A Ruby Soho. Why the Ruby Soho?
I
There's
get what you're on now.
there's literally stories to build, but you always give us the same people, whether it's you booking or Kenny Omega booking with his weird Asian woman fetish, and it's just I don't give a fuck. I said what the fuck I said, and it's just like
Mike,
there's
here we go
so
again.
many women on that roster that are good, and we get the same people. If we not getting DMD, we getting Noodle Neck. Fuck her and her transphobic murderous ass boyfriend, and it's just like it. I want AEW to succeed, but if you get the head out of other people's asses and get actual bookers, like I said last week, AEW can thrive with a Jim Cornette. You can say how you feel about Jim Cornette because I probably feel the same. But if you give somebody like a Jim Cornette or a fucking, I'm trying to think of other people that are good at booking, like Jeff Jarrett, who is on the AEW roster.
Yeah.
If you have those people that are good at booking actual wrestling instead of.
You said Al Snow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. If instead you don't look into your toe box and you get your fucking Sting toy from 1996, and we'll get to Sting later. And if you don't get your, Triple H toy from 1996 before he started cheating on China and fucking Stephanie behind her back. If you can find like you look into your toy box and you get your Transformers, robots in disguise. Like you don't book your wrestling how you should. AEW with the roster of talent that they have, the amount of people that are not on the show that could be on a Ring of Honor, that could be on a Rampage, for the fact that there's so many people on that roster that can go, that are good, that are charismatic, that can be stars. You're giving us a reason to see like a Jay White, and this is no shade to Jay White. Jay White every week, MJF every week, the Young Bucks every week. Like it's just like you have so much potential with this roster of people, and you just give us the leftovers from last week. They're stale. They're tired. They are TI red. Give us something new. Yes, you can incorporate the same people at the same time. Yes, absolutely. But if you're not giving us variety, instead of, if I'm going to pull out my purple motherfucking Hot Wheels every fucking week, I'm going to eventually get tired of it. Because I see it all the fucking time. And it's just like, it's a lot of people that can be stars in AEW. But it's just like, you give us great value where we could get. You give us Twist and Shouts. We could have Oreos. You giving us, Pathmark brand where we could have Toast and Pop-Ups. You give us Toast and Pop-Ups instead of Pop-Tarts. Like you give us strawberries and cream instead of the fucking whatever that shit was, that the strawberries and cream, that good ass strawberries and cream candy, that whatever candy fucking bullshit made. You are giving us bullshit instead of actual great booking. It's like literally, it's like Super Smash Brothers, like choose your character, like Kirby, like Fox. Like I just don't understand as to why you are giving us lackluster people where you have a whole roster of people that are probably looking for an opportunity, looking for a chance. You're not even giving them the chance because you've given us the same thing every fucking week. Look, trust me, I love a good White Castle burger. I'm not going to eat that shit every week for 8 weeks straight. You know why? Because my stomach will be up the ladder through the roof. Like it's irritating. It's irritating. And I love AEW. And I like AEW. Yeah, and I know you were saying earlier AEW might not be for me. I'm trying to give AEW a chance. But it's just like, why? Like, it's like watching Rita Repulsa and Dr. Doofenshmirtz from fucking Phineas and Ferb, like whatever evil characters from Power Rangers, Zeo, Turbo, all of that fail every fucking week. It's just like you have the ability to give us good matches, good wrestling, good stories every week. But it's just like, oh my god, something shiny and new. No, Tony Khan is not good at booking. At all. I'm sorry. No, fuck that. I'm not fucking sorry. Tony Khan is not good at booking. You have a great roster, fantastic people in the back that's looking for a chance, but you give us the same thing. Imagine going to lunch in high school and you get that same lumpy ass motherfucking chili every fucking day. You're gonna get tired of it.
Yeah.
On some real shit. That's real shit. But that's just how I feel. I'm finished.
Okay. So yeah, right. Round of applause here for King V.
Off. Talk your talk.
God damn, no niggas get on my fucking nerves. That's why I tapped out of fucking.
And like I said, and not just you, V, like I know people that's gave AEW a chance, they've watched it, and they're not a fan. And I think it's because a lot of what you said, but I also think that AEW, and I've said this before, they have no casual fans. Like they don't book for casual television fans. They book for the hardcore fans that like to see 20-minute like indie matches on television every week. That's what they book for. Like, you know,
you finish
so
your
like,
thought. I just want to I'm sorry, bro. When you finish your thought, I want to put some erased comments on there because I see one and I just disagree with that.
Okay, yeah, no, I was just gonna say I think that like, and I've watched it like, and you know, I'm pretty public about it now. Like, my girl watches wrestling, but she's not a hardcore fan. She's more of a casual, right? She's given AEW a chance. She's watched it. She'll watch it from time to time, but she'll watch it in small doses. Like she can only watch like maybe like after like 45 to an hour, she's like, all right, like I'm done. And it's not just AEW, it's also WWE. Like she hasn't been watching, and I hope she's fine. I'm sure she's fine with me sharing this stuff. She hasn't, she rather sits there and watch. But she'd rather sit there and watch like clips of what happened than sitting there and watching for 3 hours. And you know what? I'm gonna agree with her. Like, I'm gonna be honest. There's some nights where it's like, man, if we didn't have this show, I would not be watching wrestling as much as I do. Like, I think I would. I'd probably still watch the I'd probably still watch the pay-per-views, and I'd watch. Like, I would probably just watch the clips or like maybe a Hulu version of Raw or something, like a quicker version to get through the show. Because and as far as AEW, yeah, I would fast forward through a lot of the matches, you know, that I didn't want to see, and just like maybe watch the finish. I'd watch the finish of it just so I'm up to date of what's going on, and maybe like you know, the promos and stuff like that. But in terms of sitting there and watching 20 to 30 minutes, and again, I know this is a little bit of a differing point than what V was talking about because V was focusing on the booking of the show. I just think just as a whole, you guys said you're a little burned out from wrestling. I think I'm at that point also, and I still enjoy it to a certain degree, right? Like I still enjoy certain people. I still enjoy certain matches, but it's almost like a chore now to watch wrestling every week, like to sit there and watch the whole show. You know what I'm saying? Like it's taxing. You know what I'm saying? It's very taxing. But yeah, great points, V. I know you want to get to some of
Ray's Ray's put a lot of comments in there. Hey, Ray.
No, we love Ray, man.
So, your real talk, I have to apologize to your homegirl Swole because now I'm seeing what she meant. So, I just want to go ahead and be on record because we love Swole over here. Hey, Swole. Swole was right.
Swole was right.
Okay, great. So, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. This is where I disagree. AEW doing so bad that they need a Vince Russo. I don't think anybody. I'm very Jim Cornette when it comes to Vince Russo. So I'll just leave that there. I don't think we need a Vince Russo. I think we need our wrestlers to be like alive and not fall from a very high point. You know, we don't need that. Moving left and right along.
I respectfully disagree with you.
Be great. I know some people forget, but I know.
Who's the other guys you're talking about? Ray, be specific. Who's the other guys? You talking about me and Knuckles?
Not you, not Sean.
I saw that.
So wake up and get to your level of thinking.
I was like, wow.
You know, I don't say this to force anybody to feel how I feel. It's just that when you really think about it, you know, this is just me as a wrestling fan. I've been a wrestling fan since 19 and just not to make me feel old over here. Coming for those other guys to wake up and get to your level thing, you know, sometimes you gotta step back from the Miley Cyrus, from the you know, the talcum powder.
Wow,
we need to back up. Allegedly.
Yes, allegedly.
Do I need to tell on myself another week? Moving left and right along.
Yeah, right.
Tony Khan got look, the only Khan I acknowledge right now is Shaka.
Shaka Khan.
Tony Khan got comfortable after he signed Punk and already won the rest. Okay, so I just want to let you right, Ray. I fucks with you, and I fucks with you hard. There is no way, shape, form in hell that AEW won the Wednesday Night Wars, whatever the fuck that was supposed to be. You know, I don't even think it was like a war. Like, to be quite frank, like
they won the Wednesday Night Wars because it was the only show on Wednesdays.
No, like, NXT was on Wednesday, and
NXT was on Wednesday. To be Frank Mitchell about it, without the slut shaming, to be very Frank Mitchell about it.
You're right.
You're right. I
forgot they were on Wednesday.
Yeah, they were on Wednesday.
AEW did win the war.
Did they?
Yes.
Well, you know what? Let me rewind because it was around that time that the NXT was like really like lacking.
Adam Cole was still on NXT at the time, and they beat Adam Cole's NXT.
It was still lacking.
Era NXT.
It was still lacking.
Was still there. Andy Hartwell was down there. Dexter, like there was a bunch of people that was down there. Johnny Gargano.
It was still lacking. But
okay. I think we're making excuses for NXT here.
No, NXT was lacking as fuck. Like fuck. They were lacking like hell. But I just feel that better booking could help, and instead of focusing or relying on Kenny Omega or the Young Bucks to help you book these matches, let's get actual bookers. Unfortunately, Dusty Rose is no longer with us. But you have a whole group of people. I mean, granted, Jim Cornette will probably never. I listen to his podcast, he'll never. So, if you were to get actual bookers who know the business and know it well, instead of being a Nepo baby with a cup problem, let's be real. Is if you were to find actual people in the business that know how to book or has an idea of how to book a territory or a wrestling show, I feel like AEW can benefit. I said this last week. AEW can benefit from a Jim Cornette.
They could.
You can feel how you feel about Jim Cornette. I get it. I also feel the same.
But I also don't. I think they could benefit from a Jim Cornette, but you need somebody that's also tapped into what's going on now. Like what? Like
yes.
I think Jim Cornette's old school mind. I don't know if it works in 2023. I mean, again, he's a great mind for the business. I'm not disagreeing with that. I think Cornette could help, but I think you need somebody with Cornette that has a pulse on what things are now, how the world is now, and I think that you put those two together, and then maybe you have something there. But
and that's where I was actually wanting to get, where I was going with that. If you can mix, no, you're fine, bro. If you were to mix an old school and a new school mind, and bring that to the forefront of what you want your company to be, that shit can be successful. You can, it's so weird because I have the thought process, regardless of how you feel about me. I have the thought process where you could combine both old school and new school and zoom past NXT. Because let's be real. I'm gonna be real. Shawn Michaels is doing a great job right now. And we're gonna move forward with AEW. Shawn Michaels is doing a great job right now. If you mixed a Shawn Michaels who, depending on how you feel, depending on which way he's looking, you can look towards the pack. I also have a lazy eye, so I can do that.
R.I.P. Biggie.
It's just that shit is. Never mind.
Biggie.
I'm not going to do that. I was going to say they're really out of pocket. But if you could mix old school and new school, and I think that's why NXT is doing a lot better than AEW right now to me, because, Shawn Michaels does have that old school. I mean, Shawn Michaels was a prick back then. So he had that new school type of look when it comes to booking a wrestling show, but he also has the ability to talk about or to bring up old school stuff because he has worked with people who have focused on old school shit and stuff like that. And I think where AEW, once again, AEW's issue is the booking.
Yeah,
I feel if AEW got the booking down, WWE, and I'm not even trying to be funny, WWE would have to have actual competition.
Yeah.
Actual competition. Woo! I'm finished. So let's move left and right along so we can finish up with Dynamite.
Yeah.
So we can get the fuck up out of here. All right. So now we.
Mike has never agreed harder on anything in this episode.
Kenny Omega. Okay, so Lance Archer did things. I don't care. Sting announced his retirement.
Yeah, Sting announced his retirement.
We saw this coming. It was coming.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's fine. If Sting is happy with his career, I'm happy with his career, so I'm good.
Yeah, same.
All right. There was a Dynamite Dozen Battle Royal.
Oh, you missed Tony Storm's video.
Oh, Tony
that they
Storm
played during the commercial, meaning the AEW doesn't care about it either.
Which is, part of me wants to feel like they're doing it because it's supposed to be a silent movie.
Right?
But we're skipping past it. It's
an excuse. Like I said, Tony Khan does not know how to book, especially when it comes to women. Unless Kenny Omega is booking it, and most likely they're probably Joshi wrestlers. But anyway, because we're not going to talk about that fetish. Anyway, I don't give a fuck. I am on full. Look, wrestling drained me. Like I said, I'm in the Iffy and Tsukuyomi right now, and I'm drained. Like, wrestling is taking all of my chakras right now. It's chakras, not shaka.
No, I heard you chakras.
Yeah. No, I know you heard. I just want to everybody else. Yeah, Lance Archer exists. Anyway,
he still works there.
There was a Dynamite Dozen Battle Royal. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I don't care.
Juice Robinson won it. I do care because they had the whole thing going on with Max Caster, and they brought this weird Max Caster obsession with MJF.
Okay, so I'll explain that because they're actually, I guess they're actually friends in real life.
No, they are. And they all started online, and now they're doing it.
Yeah, they do this stuff online. It's like, yeah, he's a bastard. What was it, bastard or asshole? Something like that. Scumbag. There we go. He's scumbag. Yeah. He's my scumbag.
Right.
You know, Max, I know how it feels to be Delulu, but
oh man.
That in particular is funny because I've actually watched their segments together. So it's like, okay, I see why they're doing this, but other than that, Juice Robinson,
that's Tony Khan booking for the hardcore fans because the casuals have no idea what this is about. It just looks like some weird obsession from Max Caster that was never explained at all. He just happened
to open him up to like some super homophobic shit, and I'll leave that alone. You know, the Coke be winning when it comes to that one. But anyway,
okay. Juice Robinson won.
Don't care.
Well, I do.
Thank you, Knuckles. That's how I feel.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, like I said, I tapped out personally. Mike, Knuckles, how do you feel about it? Okay, Mike gives it a 2 count. Knuckles?
I give it a 2 count.
Okay, everybody gives it a 2 count except for yours truly. With that being said, we are finished. Okay, it's time to go. Mike is dying. I am dying. Knuckles is dying. We're all dying. Different ways. So with that being said and understood, thank you so much for watching and or listening to Go for the Pen.
Ray, thank you. Everybody that watches.
Yes, thank you for everybody that's watched, listened.
Thank y'all.
John.
All that.
John, as always.
You can follow.
Appreciate you. I said it. Say something. Say something.
You can follow us at the show at Go for the Pin Show on Twitter and Go for the Pin _show on Instagram. You can follow DJ Knuckles at DJ _Knuckles on Instagram and DPS Music 15 on Twitter. You can follow Mike at DJ Mike Q on Twitter. I'm not calling it X. and at Mike_EQ on Instagram. I should know that. You can follow yours truly at KingV_the Ruler on Instagram and _Watch My Throne on Twitter. I am still on hiatus. As the prophet from Gary, Indiana said, "Leave me alone." And that's Michael Joseph Jackson. With that being said and understood, thank you so much for watching.
Ray gives it a 2 count.
Listening. Oh, Ray also gives. Hey, Ray. Oh, Ray also gives it a 2 count. Thank you so much, Ray. Thank you, everybody, for listening and or watching. We're finished. It's over. It's done. It's a wrap. We will see you guys next week, God willing. Fuck y'all. Bye.
We're still on it.
That's a show, V.